The Conversation Project lives on engagement, lives on clicks, lives on conversational ability of stories, if you will. So we put us out stories that are out there all day long. We'll explain them in more detail when we get to the part about the teaser section or how we get stories in. But this is a story that we've not talked about for a while, and when we talk about it, we get many responses from it. And it's turning into one of those things where it's people just don't like the people, so they're engaging in it because it exists, because they can't get away from it. They hate the people, and it goes there. Now, we go back into the saga that is Baldoni and Lively, as Justin Baldoni is suing a former publicist for allegedly leaking the text that tied to the lawsuit with Blake Lively. The actor and director has initiated legal action against his former publicist, Stephanie Jones, accusing her of leaking the private text message that allegedly led to the legal dispute with actress Blake Lively. The lawsuit filed in New York federal court claims that Jones's actions resulted in significant personal and professional harm to Baldoni. The controversy centers around the production of 2024's film It Ends With Us, in which Baldoni directed and co-starred alongside with Lively. In December 2024, Lively filed a lawsuit against Baldoni alleging sexual harassment, coordinated efforts to damage her reputation, with a whole lot of work up to that saying that he had been mean, he had been bad, he'd been not so great. Then the lawsuit actually came. Baldoni denied those allegations, filed a defamation lawsuit against Lively and her husband and the publicist, Leslie Sloan. The whole thing gets worse from there. Now, this publicist that's being sued right now is accused of actually basically kicking the whole thing off and leaking to the public and to Lively specifically some of these private texts that led to the launching of the lawsuits. The leaked messages reportedly became pivotal evidence in Lively's case against Baldoni, and the suit further alleges that Jones' actions were malicious and intended to create discord, ultimately undermining Baldoni's professional relationship and public image. Baldoni was dropped by his management team because they're on the same folks that manage both Lively and her husband, and so they couldn't coexist. So his representation, his reputation, and his ability to make movies is now in flux because of a lot of things, partly due to these texts that essentially launched the lawsuits that are part of a lot of things. We'll see this thing play on more and more. We'll see how this progresses. And every time I put Justin Baldoni or Blake Lively in this thing, you guys react to it. And we will discuss that in a bit when we get to the 10th story today, because it all comes full circle.